Hello everybody, this is Enayat Meer with my Windows Server 2012 R2 video series. So I am going to start from basics, and you will see here the steps I will perform. I will put a WordPad or Notepad or Word document to explain what I am doing. Plus I am adding actually audio in this video, so for a better understanding and installation. So couple of things what we will see here. Had an issue because I am using a virtual hard drive from Microsoft, which they provided us to use. So I am using that one, and I will explain to you, and whatever was not appropriate, it is removed. So currently I am installing a Windows Server 2012 standard. Is an eval copy 64 bits, and this is the one you see right now is a core, but I want to use GUI in this first lab, and my second part will contain this core installation. So currently let's take a look at the GUI version. First, it just a purpose is just to show you how things work. So I'm not going to upgrade because I have a plain brand new hard drive with a 64 gigabyte available room in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and install in that one. During this installation you will see that I will pause and go because I don't want you to watch any kind of background operation. So you will see that simply in reality this installation could take about 35 to 40 minutes, but you will see this whole video maybe it's about 10 minutes roughly, which completes installation and also a lot of other steps. And in between you will have reboot, approximately twice you will have a reboot, and then after that you can continue. So the server I'm installing is a standalone server in a work group, and I will end up at the end of this exercise joining this server to the domain. In between I want to show you that there is a Nic Teaming option which is a part of this lab, which is not anymore, because when we saw those issues with the network cards and we reported to Microsoft, so they fixed the issue, but from the lab VD or virtual hard disk, they removed basically those steps, and so we don't have to do any more. But I will still gonna go and show you how I did it, or I will explain to you how this was done. So this was the installation, but you just saw it, and originally you could finish up whatever you just saw is about in 35 to 40 minutes altogether. So you log in back as an administrator because you are not a domain member, so you log into local computer, which I am doing right now, and in between log in, and I will show you new features. So where we have our new admin tools, everything went into a very simple and easy way, or GUI way. You don't have to go anymore from start menu. I'm making this on Windows Server 2012 this video because I want to show you the versions basically what we're using. So these lab versions were lab A, version A, and version B, or version C, and version D. So currently I'm using version D as in David. So you will see with the DR2 version. So I'm doing this lab knowingly actually with a regular 2012 because they had some bugs or some issues, and for everyone to know is very important. So first you rename the computer. So renaming is just from the GUI way, but simply can do it from your desktop. So from the dashboard I'm doing it right now. So you just simply go the way you do in your previous computers, previous operating systems, or in Windows 7. A little bit or quietly is a quite bit different than you do from there. I mean, you still can do from here too. You simply can instead of going to your local server, you simply can go to control space system. Under command line, it will bring up same window what you see right now. So I just changed the computer name like a server 3 SVR3, and now I'm logging in back, and now I'm going to show you couple of more options from the desktop. So you will see after installation I have a default server name, then I changed the server name from default to SVR3. Now I am having a different name, so which you can see from local server. So dashboard is a default screen, local server is a basically your area where you can see your IP address icon. See LON-SVR3 on the top, you see the server name which is in a work group, and Windows Firewall is on. Then we have other features available there. You will see local area connection, you will see local area connection to two network cards. One is working, one is not functional, so we cannot do the part where we do Nic Teaming. So I will explain to you in details that, and which you no longer have to do right now for this lab or for these lab steps. So I'm showing you this little old dates on those servers. Even today is a 2014. This is December 27 is today. December 27 2014 is basically today's date. Yes. So in other words, I'm changing the time zone from there. So we usually do Eastern time, US and Canada. I'm setting up that as the way it, what was the lab was telling me, or the way based on the setting I have in my server. So we did two things. Now Nic Teaming. So Nic Teaming, I said before that one NIC card was not working, was not appropriately configured, and in the VD or virtual disk it was not configured properly. So for that reason, that part is no longer due for you to follow and do it anyways. So but I explain to you anyways on how this works. So CMD, you can go from Explorer or from the DAS from the PowerShell. You can access the CMD command line, and I just showed you my host name, which is in the GUI. You can see that LON-SVR3 is a new name. Currently I'm in our group, and before I close this lab version, yes, of course I will go back and join to the domain which is available LON-DC1 right now, and I will join to that domain. But currently I am showing you those Nic Teaming section which is configured, which is basically is available right now, but it will not work, and I will tell you that because I did investigate. Then I came back to show you from this lab. So those areas which I was covering, just to let you know, just gonna highlight both NIC cards. You get the idea, get the concept. So my job is just to show you what is the concept. If you have a two network cards, how you do Nic Teaming on those two network cards. So I went a little slow just to explain to you how this works, and then just highlight both network cards together, give them a name, and then you will be able to click on OK. So as you see that I am showing you this one, I highlighted both of them, and I'm just giving them a name. So this could be any name. Okay, I'm just giving them LON-SVR3, the one server I'm working on it. So one is disabled right now, you see that already. So get the idea, get the concept. So now it's showing you that combined speed of both network cards. What is the speed? Is going to show you in just one connection now, which is inactive. So now you see that Nic Teaming was performed, but the thing is that currently the status, you can see that Nic Teaming is disabled. So local connection 1 is able. Now I refreshed it. Now Nic Teaming, you can see that is enabled because I did not refresh the page before. So previously Nic Teaming was not configured, now is configured, and now is enabled. And SVR3, LON-SVR3, basically I give them a name to you. To your right side you will see LON-SVR3 is an icon, and which is basically Nic Teaming icon. Of course, there is some issue with the network card, so you will see that it will not work. But my point is just to give you an idea, so, or give you a concept. So you see that how the concept is and how the concept was. But for that reason, you need a network card, then a second network card. So you're gonna see the both network cards. So I'm just giving them here an IP address on that one. Offline I set up these IP addresses. Okay, so this was the purpose behind of Nic Teaming. So what we did here, we installed the operating system and we changed the server name, and we are still in work group. So I don't want to change from work group to domain membership at this moment, but so far we did these couple of things, and now you will see that this is our IP address now, and you see that the Nic Teaming name is showing up. So LON-SVR3, and you can use ping to ping other computers. -4 gives you IPv4 and -6 gives you IPv6. Either way you can ping. By default, if you have a v6 available, you will see that it goes first. So this is my SVR3 now, server name in a work group, and is not a domain member, as I said before, that this is not a domain member now. But I actually want to browse around little bit, show you that how things are going on. This is my other end where LON-DC1 is my domain controller. DSA.MSC is the directory services access on Microsoft console. So you are opening up this MSC Microsoft console, DSA directory services access. So you are going to access to that domain, which is a.com. Okay, so which is another end. So you see that this SVR3 LON-SVR3 is joining a domain. The host name is LON-DC1, as you can see right from this a.com forward lookup zone, and I'm joining it that. Then we definitely need to have a DNSA host record of our new member, and which should be automatically registered. Once we join the domain, this should be registered. So here we have an SVR1, we have an SVR2, and we are looking for SVR3. So as soon we join SVR3 to the domain, and when we restart, this missing record should pop up automatically. This is a fact. So you can see SVR1, SVR2, SVR4. That means these are existing members in this environment. So I'm starting or restarting my DNS server services. This is a DC one. So remember that I'm on a domain controller. So I am starting services and coming back to see. No, I don't see it. Why? The reason is that I did not restart my domain member. I joined it, and once you restart, and as soon you go log in, control or delete, you will be able to see it. Then the second thing, file and print sharing has to be checked, private, public, and that is a communication. Okay, so if you have this open, that means DC1 will be able to talk to the client. So you can see here on the previous one, you cannot ping from SVR3 to LON-DC1, and this is my new ping, which currently showing you through host name. Is actually is still showing you now LON SVR1. I can ping SVR1. So because I'm pinging or connecting or seeing the connection of existing environment, so which server I am communicating with and which I cannot communicate to. Okay, the reason was, which I am telling you, that was an issue actually from client to server through the Nic Teaming, and only one card would work. I will explain to you at the end. So I should be able to join the domain. This welcome sign tells me that I am able to join the domain. So now my DNS host record also should be available now in DNS. And what I did here, I disabled actually Nic Teaming That's I'm explaining to you. I have to actually break this teaming. The reason was that one network card was not working. By combining them, it was not communicating. So there was no communication between SVR3 and DC1. So, but now there is. As soon as I disabled the teaming and I'm back on the previous configuration, I was able to join the domain. So now I can restart. This restart will definitely create a. So here I'm back the way I'm showing you where I was before. I'm back the way it was. Okay, one just single network card which I tested offline was working. So that is the one I'm actually using right now. So I have no issue with that one. So all I need to do is a restart. So okay, this restart will bring my DNS a host record up and running. I'm restarting right now the client PC. Then I'm gonna log in back. Now I have no SVR3. I'm gonna refresh. It should come back. Refresh. Forward lookup zone. Bingo. Got it. Okay. So I got my L1-SVR3. So we are all set. We have no issue now. As I am explaining also in writing as well, so you can hear me if you don't have an audio. So you are actually can look at how this was done. So couple of things which you saw here, which I showed you how I did it. But I'm gonna come back with my second video. So far every issue was resolved at this point. So you will see my second video for the next steps.